George Kilpatrick Inspiration for the Nation, celebrating people we feel good about. Michelle Rowling is in the house. And if Michelle is here, we're talking about money. We're talking about financial empowerment. But wait, we've been used to Michelle stopping by to share her thoughts on financial literacy, and it's been a little summit, but no more. Those days are over, Michelle, because Michelle Rowling has got something powerful for us. She's got something brand spanking new. She done moved from a summit to a convention. What? Saturday, April 12th, 2025. The Financial Empowerment Convention is here. Michelle is here to tell us all about it. Michelle, so we ain't got time for no little summits where just 2 or 3 of us get together. We going for the convention. Good to see you, Michelle.
Well, first of all, George, always a pleasure to be a guest on your show, not something that I take for granted or take lightly. So thank you for having me again.
You're welcome.
You are correct. We are going for broke. George, this is something that should have happened 4 years ago, except for this one little thing called a worldwide pandemic. But here we are back, scaled up and bigger and better than ever before at the On Center.
This is exciting. Scaled up, bigger, and better. So tell us about this convention and why you scaled up to this magnitude and why it's so important for our community.
Certainly. Well, first of all, we have for the community over 30 breakout sessions customized to diverse affinity groups. I'll drill down on that here in a second. We also have over 80 speakers, panelists, presenters, and moderators. We have core track sessions that any financial convention worth its salt would cover, such as all things credit, credit reports, credit scoring, credit repair, creating a spending plan and budgeting, how to protect oneself against cyber and identity theft, and so on and so forth under that track. The Syracuse University's Lender Center for Social Justice is going to sponsor the veteran entrepreneurship track. So student veterans, community veterans are welcome to join that track where they will present customized topics specific to that group. Speaking of SU, their Office of Financial Aid will be presenting on student loans for youth and young adults. And in addition to those tracks, we also have, I'm not supposed to have favorites, but the entrepreneurship track, where the Small Business Development Center will be going over technical topics like cash flow projection. And what about this one? The appropriate point of sale instruments to use. Like, what exactly is the difference between Square versus PayPal versus Stripe and others, out there that merchants can use? Additionally, George, we have included an economic and community development panel where developers in our community, particularly those along the South Side corridor, will give us an update on the special projects that they have been working on as an investment into the community entrepreneurially and through workforce development. Speaking of workforce development, we also have a panel specifically geared toward professionals. What if you are looking to advance in your career? What if you're unemployed and you are looking for gainful employment? How do you really land, cut through the clutter and try to land a position? I could go on, but you get the idea. We have multiple sessions geared toward various affinity groups. So in that sense, there really is something for everyone.
Financial Empowerment Convention, April 12th, 2025. That's a Saturday. From what time to what time?
So it runs from 8 a.m. to 9 p.m., but don't let that scare you because on the front end of the day, doors will open early and we'll start with continental breakfast at 8 and launch into our first general session at 9. There will be three sessions throughout the day, 1 a.m., 2 p.m. And I'm the first to admit that attendees will have a challenging time to determine which sessions to go to, but they will have an opportunity to build their own schedule through the app once they register. The concurrent breakouts will conclude at around 5:30, and then the 6 to 9 p.m. comes in where we're going to host Financial Fest. And Financial Fest is sort of like a celebration of the education that everyone has received that day. We just want to celebrate the financial journey with you before you take this knowledge and go back home. So think of it as a street party slash, block party type atmosphere where we will have DJs and concessions and the vendors, vendors from our community who sell their wares and their products. So the Financial Fest is going to be a fun top off to the educational sessions from the day.
So much work you put in. I mean, 80 speakers, 30 sessions. Wow. Okay, so I do have so how much does it cost and how do people register?
Certainly. Well, right now, as of this taping, the ticket prices are $75 and that runs until March 15th.
Mm.
But as of midnight, that same evening, the prices will increase to $80 and incrementally increase actually up until walk-in. So we'll even accept walk-ins, but the maximum price point at that point will be 90. So I really encourage people to not sit on the fence on this one. Go ahead and grab that, $75 ticket. And then in addition to individual ticket prices, George, we are absolutely accepting vendors or rather exhibitors. So during the daytime conference, exhibitors who are in financial services, such as financial institutions or financial advisors, um, um, women and minority entrepreneurs are encouraged, to participate, but mostly those nonprofit and grassroots organizations that want to elevate the community's awareness about the type of services they offer. Those are the type of vendors who will be, premiered during the day. And then again, those who are product and commodity based, you know, um, you know, like the jewelry that I'm wearing, they were made by vendors, local vendors,
Mm.
right? So those are the type of exhibitors that we are particularly encouraging during Financial Fest.
How
And
do people
those tables, yes, those tables are $150, whether day or evening, includes two people, um, continental breakfast and lunch included. That way, if you bring the second person, you have someone to man the table while you have an opportunity to attend, all of the breakout sessions. And if a vendor decides to do both daytime and evening, there's just a modest upcharge of an additional $50, making it 200.
so how do people register?
People register by going to www.financialempowermentsummit.org, financialempowermentsummit.org. And they will find the QR code, the schedule, the speakers, the registration, breaking down all of the various options. And George, I would say that's one of the operative words here: options. There are so many options, whether anyone wants to sponsor um, those in the community who may be unable to afford to attend the convention. And so So yes, again, there's something for everyone, particularly during these uncertain times.
Michelle, you are doing the darn thing. I mean, you are doing the darn thing. So if you want to register, and you should, financialempowermentsummit.org for the Financial Empowerment Convention, which is Saturday, April 12th. You know I'm going to be there. I'm going to be there.
Sure.
Doing some special things, but we'll talk about that at another time. But um, Michelle has been at this for a minute, and she came at this through her own family's challenge, if you will, with budgeting. She wrote a book about it. And now here she is trying to educate the rest of the community. So people, tell your friends all on the Thruway corridor, from Buffalo to Rochester to Ithaca to Auburn, from Rome to Albany. This is the place to be Saturday, April 12th. Inspiration for the Nation will be partnering, of course, with the Financial Empowerment Convention to help educate you on the importance of financial literacy. And so, again, financialempowermentsummit.org. That's how you register. Michelle, what else do we need to know?
What else everyone needs to know is I just want to encourage people. You know, we live in uncertain times, uncertain climate. Folks are fearful, and one of the things that you do to combat that is to regain control, regain your power. And one of the ways that you regain control and power is by arming yourself with knowledge. When you look at the slogan for the Financial Empowerment Convention, you will see the word empower emphasized. You know, empower yourself with the financial literacy education you need to help counteract um, some of the uncertain feelings that we are encountering at this time.
It's the 2025 Financial Empowerment Convention, Saturday, August 12th. It'll be at the On Center, which is downtown Syracuse on South State Street. 800 South State Street, I believe, is the address to the On Center Convention Center. And so get your tickets today, financialempowermentsummit.org. You have until March 15th. Don't say you haven't been warned, to get the early bird rate of $75. And so get your tickets today, financialempowermentsummit.org, to learn more. Michelle, Roland, thank you as always. Continue to do the work.
Thank you, George, and thank you for the work that you do, you know, every day on your show. And we will see you at the convention.
April 12th, Inspiration for the Nation.